Hello everyone. Welcome to my online classroom. Today we are going to continue the same chapter of class 9th Eco, the story of village Palampur. Already we had completed this chapter, some pages. Now we are going to continue the next topic. Before of that, we had done the in the unit of production. We have discussed about the in the unit of production what the important requirements are with here. So already we have discussed land, and now second, which is the important heading, we have the labor. So total three headings we have: land, labor and capital. So right now we are going to discuss the next heading, which is we mentioned here in the page number 5, that is your heading 5. Let's see what kind of important points we are going to discuss in this video about the land. And now next we have the labor. So heading is who will provide the labor. After land, labor is the next necessary factor for production. So of course after the land, labor is the next necessary factor for production. For every production, after the land, labor is required. So how in Palampur village, how the people they arrange labor? Let's see. Farming requires a great deal of hard work. Of course, in all kind of work, hard work is required. Without hard work, we are not able to get anything. Especially in the farming activity, of course, it requires a great deal of hard work. Now, small farmers, along with their families, cultivate their own fields. Thus, they provide the labor required for farming themselves. Medium and large farmers hire farm laborers to work on their fields. So first of all, I want to tell you here that in the Palampur village, we have three categories of the farmers. First is the small farmers, second medium farmers, and third we have large farmers. Small farmers own very small piece of land, and the medium farmers and the large farmers, they own large piece of land. Small farmers, with their how they arrange the labor, how they deal with the labor. So small farmers, due to they have small piece of land, they give labor in their fields with their family members. Next we have the medium and large farmers, how they manage for the labor. So medium and large farmers, they hire farm laborers to work on their fields. They're giving salary to the small farmers or the laborers, and after by giving this salary, the workers, they were working on their field. So in this way, the medium and the large farmers, they are getting their income because the laborers, they were working on their fields. So now let's discuss that by what kind of farm laborers were there. So here it is mentioned on the page number 7. Farm laborers come either from landless families or families cultivating small plots of land. So the workers, those who were working on the fields of the medium and the large farmers fields, actually these farm laborers are coming from the families who don't have any piece of land. They are the landless families or the families who cultivating small plots of land. And when they were cultivating the small plots of land, so they were not able to get more production and to keep the grains for their consumption. That grains or that crop or that money is not enough for them. So that's why they have to find another work so that they can earn more income. So in this way, on the farm of the large and the medium farmers, these farm laborers, those who don't have any land and those who have the land but they have very small plots of land, they become the laborers in the fields of the in the fields of the medium and the large farmers. Now, unlike farmers, farm laborers do not have a right over the crops which is grown on the field of the large and medium farmers. Suppose you are a large or medium farmer, you have your own piece of land. So you are the owner of that piece of land. So whatever agriculture is with there, whatever production is with there, that is your own. But if you are a labor there, so of course the labor, they don't have any right on the crops grown on the land. They are doing their, they are giving their labor there, they are doing hard work, but actually whatever production is going to be the crops are going to be grown, that is belongs to the owner of the land, not to the worker. So now let's see, in place of the hard work, what these laborers they get. So instead they are paid wages. We are talking about the laborers. So instead they are paid wages by the farmer for whom they work. Wages can be in cash or in kind. that example crop. So here I want to tell you that in place means suppose you are working somewhere, so of course you will get some kind of salary. So how the salary, salary you will get? So there in the village Palampur, the laborers, those who were getting the salary from, by the farmer, so that is in two ways. The wages which is be given to the laborers by the medium and the large farmer, they were giving in cash or in kind. Cash means, so we very well know ki rupees they were getting, the money they were getting, but or in kind means crop, because it is for 1 mark question is coming that how the farmer they are getting their wages by the large or the medium farmers, how the laborers they are getting their wages. So the wages can be provided in cash or in kind. So kind means crop. What is the meaning here? Crop. Suppose if a labor who is working in the field of the medium and the large farmers land, so suppose wheat crop is there. So in place of the money, they will get 1 kg or 10 kg wheat. So that is their salary, that is their wages. So in this way, we can understand what is the meaning of that wages they are getting in kind. After that, next line we have, sometimes laborers get meals also. Sometimes suppose if cash is not there, if they are not getting their wages in kind, so they are getting meals. Meals means food they are getting. Wages vary widely from region to region. Now we are going to discuss that wages, whatever the payment they are getting in place of their hard work, that is the equal everywhere. Like 10 rupees in Palampur or 10 rupees also in Shahpur. It is not like this. Wages vary. Now it is important lines are coming. So underline all these lines. Wages vary. Wages vary means different. Wages vary widely from region to region. If we are going to talk about the region to region, of course the salary is the different. So it is totally depend on the region. Next, from crop to crop. Also crop to crop. Suppose for growing for sugar cane, there is a different wage. For the growing of the wheat, there is a different wages. So in this order, according to the crop, because all the crop require different kind of hard work. So according to that, the wages will also be fixed different. So first we have discussed that wages are of two kinds. First is in way of cash, and in second in way of kind, or even in kind of meals also. And next we have that wages are also be different from region to region. It depends on the region to region. If the regions are developed or not developed, so according to that you are getting salary. From crop to crop also, according to the crop, what kind of crop, which kind of crop want which kind of labor. So according to that also the wages, the salary is be different. Next we have from one farm activity to another. Farm activity related to the farm activity also, and in farm activity what kind of activity actually we are talking under this para. So here as you can see in the bracket it is mentioned like sowing and harvesting. So two types of activities are very famous, and in these activities actually a lot of labor is required in place of the other activities, because in agriculture is it's a kind of seasonal occupation. Throughout the whole year we don't have job in the agriculture. At the time of only sowing period and the time of harvesting, when the crop is the mature, now it is the time to cut that crop. So that time labor is be required. So of course in this farm activity, according to the farm activity, that it is a sowing activity or maybe it is a harvesting activity, according to that the wages are also be different. And now next also there is also a wide variation in the duration of employment. So according to the employment also it is be different, the wages, that so that we will read in the next para. But before of that I want to repeat again that wages vary widely from region to region. Region to region you will get different salary, different wages are be there. From crop to crop also the wages are be different, and if from one farm activity to another also the salary, the wages are be different. Now let's see, there is also a wide variation in the duration of employment. A farm laborer might be employed on a daily basis or for one particular farm activity like harvesting, or for the whole year. So here also regarding the duration of the employment, as we all know, sometime in India also sometimes we have employment, and sometimes many of the people they don't have employment. So what is the reason behind of that? Here also in the village Palampur, a farm laborer who is working on the farm, a labor, might be employed. on a daily basis, sometime on daily basis. This is also important, underline. Sometimes they are getting their job on a daily basis, or sometimes they are getting their job for this whole year. So as just in a simple words, we can understand like permanent job and temporary job. So your daily basis, on the basis if someone is getting job or employed on a daily basis, so it shows temporary basis, and for the whole year it means permanent basis. On a daily basis, as the work is with you, if work is there, so you will get job. You are working there, and for a one particular duration, the duration is not mentioned. Maybe it is for only for 1 day, maybe it is for 10 days, maybe it is for 15 days. So till you have the work, you are doing work and you are getting income. But what about of after that? If after that, after 15 days you don't have any work, so how your income will become? So of course you have to find a new job. So in this way, this job is not be permanent. Here, the person who is involved or engaged in this kind of business, of course, he has to be very worried about his future. So that's why this kind of job is not be good. But of course, due to poverty and due to there is no any other option of any work. So that's why most of the people, they are working on the basis, on the daily basis. Suppose in the on a daily basis also a lot of negative points are there, drawbacks are there. If you will not go for 1 day or you are going to take the leave, so of course you will not get salary for that day. So that is why most of the people, they don't want to work in this field. Next we have the whole year. Some activities, the farm activities are there, like the small, large farmers or the medium farmers. What they are doing, only to suppose 2 or 3 laborers, they appoint them for whole year, and they are going to look after their fields, the sowing, the harvesting, and whatever is there. And after completing 1 month, they are getting their proper salary. So it shows they are involved in the work which is permanent. For whole year they are freed. That free, it means they don't have any tension of that they have to find out another work. So in this way, their condition is better in comparison of the daily workers. Now let's see, next para we have Dala is a landless farm laborer who works on daily wages in Palampur. So now Dala word is be given. So first of all, of course, the question will be come in our mind: who is Dala? Who is the what is the story of Dala? So it's better first of all we understand where this Dala person description is be given, what his story. So let's see, picture 1.7 is given here on the same page. Before of reading this para, if you will understand, if you are going to understand this conversation, so of course it is very easy for us to understand this Dala story. So let's start the picture 1.7 where we have the conversation which is given between Dala and Ramkali. I want to tell you, Dala and Ramkali, they both are the poorest person of the village, Palampur. So let's see the discussion, and here in this discussion, both of them, they are discussing to each other about their problems, that what kind of problems they were facing in their life related to agriculture, because they both are the farm laborer and they don't have any piece of land, or maybe if they have, so of course there's a problem of money. So let's see what is the story of the Dala and Ramkali and what is their problem. Let's start. First we are going to read the Dala story, and then we are going to continue the Ramkali story. It is difficult. Now see what the Dala is saying. It is difficult to find work these days. Only the large farmers hire us, and that too for very limited number of days. So if you are going to see here, so Dala is saying that nowadays it is very difficult to get the work, or only if the large farmers, they hire, only few large farmers are hiring us, and that too for very limited number of days. And if we are getting the workers, it is very difficult to get the work. Second, only few large farmers, they are hiring us. Third, if they are hiring us, so we are getting very limited number of days. So it means we are not getting job for 6 months or 7 months or 50 days. We are getting very limited number of days. So income source, it shows us that income source is not be available to Dala. Now next we have the next point which the Dala is saying. Let's see what he is saying. What is the reason why in these days it is very difficult to find a job. So reason is be given in his second dialogue. We have tractors for plowing, harvesters for harvesting, threshers for threshing, Even for removing weeds, some farmers spray weedicide. So here let's understand what is the reason why these days the people, this kind of farm laborers, they are not getting the job, because the medium farmers and the large farmers, they buy tractors for plowing, harvesters for harvesting, and threshers, machines for threshing. Actually, before of that, when in Palampur, when traditional methods they followed before of the Green Revolution, so that time all these activities were done with the hands. It means by the humans. But now, when these modern technologies were introduced by the Green Revolution, so of course it is a drawback of the Green Revolution that this kind of laborers, they were not getting jobs, and their income source is not be available, and of course it is very hard time for them. So now let's see, because of the tractors, now tractors are be available for plowing, harvesters are be available for harvesting, threshers are also available for threshing. So, and we very well know that machines do work in a very fast speed in comparison of the human being. So that's why most of the large farmers and the medium farmers, they bought this kind of technologies, and that's why there's no need of humans, or they are not giving job to these laborers. Even for removing weeds. So now understand what it means weeds. Sometimes if in our farm, in our land, when we are growing main crops, so with the main crops some unusual plants are also grown, and these unusual plants are very harmful for our main crop, so we have to remove them. So before of the Green Revolution, before of this modern technology, all this work is done with the help of the hands, and when we are going to remove this waste, so of course with the hands we are going to remove. But after the invention, or after the introduction of these machines or chemical fertilizers, now farmers, what they are doing, they are spraying weedicides. By that, this simply they can remove this waste. So there's no need of any labor. So day by day, this kind of laborers, they are not getting jobs, and when job is not there, so of course income is not be there, and their life is also going to be miserable. Now third problem, regarding the third problem of his life, what it is, I owe the local money lender rupees 2000. I had taken rupees 1000 last summer when no work was available in the fields. How will I ever repay? I hardly earn enough for 2 square meals. So I hope you are understanding what it means, that when the person is not getting any job, or getting job for only for few days, so now there's no income sources are be available, and there's no any way to earn their livelihood. So that's why finally this kind of person, they are going to local money lenders to borrow some amount, and whenever they are going to borrow this amount, so of course they were sometimes if in future they will not get any work and they are not able to save any income, so they were unable to repay their loan. And now it is the condition of Dala, that he is saying ki even I am not able to earn for 2 square meals, how I am going to repay my loan. So this is the condition of the Dala. Now let's see Ramkali condition, what she is saying, and let's see her condition is better than Dala or not. So here Ramkali is, she's saying, Ghansham, the large farmer, has just bought a harvester, so we are going to get even less work during the harvest season this year. Last year, I worked for less than 5 months in the whole year. So here Ramkali is saying that the Ghansham, who is the large farmer in the village, last year what he was done, he had bought a harvester. And very well know that when harvester machine is there, so of course for the harvesting the laborers, he was not going to be appoint them, he is not going to give them employment. So now because of that harvesting machine, now Ramkali, she is not able to get a whole year work, only less than 5 months she got the work, and when work is not there, so again income is not be there. Next, now what the solution of that problem? Of course, she has to find some another work. So where she is going to find the work this year? I will have to look for work in the brick making unit in Raiganj. So this year, a part of the work she had done in the fields of the large or medium farmers land. Now she has to find out the work, another work in the brick making unit in Raiganj, and we very well know Raiganj is far away from the Palampur village. So in her own village, when person is not getting job, so of course that time the person think about to go in another place. Here also the condition is same. Because of that, right, the migration process is going to be start in such a work. People started to move from one place to another. So same Ramkali is going to be do when in her own village there is no work. So in such a work, she also going to start to move in another village. Next is here, my situation is not much better. Due to past debt, the money lenders refuse to give me any loan. So condition of Ramkali is also not be better, because last year, when she was not able to repay her loan, so this year the money lenders refused to give her any loan. So this is the whole conversation of the Dala and the Ramkali. Whatever conversation was there, what is their condition, what was their problem. Now next we are going to read the continue. We are going to continue the next para, which is related to the Dala and the Ramkali. Let's see. Dala is a landless farm laborer who works on daily wages in Palampur. So we have to remember that first of all, Dala, he don't have his own piece of land, and he's working as a farm laborer on the daily wages. Daily wages, again, the work is not be sure. Again and again he has to find out the work, and according to the work, according to the daily work, he is getting the salary. This means he must regularly look for work. So of course, because job is not be sure, so of course he has to find out new kind of work. The minimum wages for a farm laborer set by the government is rupees 60 per day. If you are going to see the wages of the farm laborer, so by the government, the minimum wages which is be set by the government, that is rupees 60 per day. Per day at the end, so suppose since morning we are working, at the end of the day we are going to get your wages, which is the 60 rupees set by the government. Let's see that Dala is getting or not this 60 rupee per day. But in next slide we can see that but Dala gets only rupees 35 to 40. Now again question is going to become in our mind that if government is set rupees 60, so why Dala is getting only 35 to 40 rupees? So now of course we can understand, due to overpopulation, competition is more, and when competition is more, so of course it is very difficult to get the job. And suppose if you get the job, so of course the owner, they will get benefit of this, and what they will do, they will give you less salary. So if you want to do, continue work, continue, otherwise it is your choice. But of course the person who is very poor and they don't have any work, so of course they have to be work there, and that's why in any condition they are easily ready to do work in the very less salary. So it is be given in the next para. Let's continue. This is our page number 8 is completed. Now move to the page number 9. So here there is heavy competition. Let's see, it is given there is heavy competition. So that's I had explained you. Okay, what is the reason behind of that? That heavy competition for work is there among the farm laborers in Palampur. So people agree to work for lower wages. So again, of course, when heavy competition is there, more population is there, heavy competition for work, everyone is trying to find out a job. So of course, because of that, so people agree to work for lower wages. So here also the Dala condition is the same, because it is very difficult to find a job. That's why Dala, without any complaints, is ready to do that work, because something is better than nothing. So Dala complains about his situation to Ramkali, who is another farm laborer. Both Dala and Ramkali are among the poorest people in the village. So their condition was not be good. Their condition was very miserable. Now let's discuss some questions I have been given here. I hope you can do this question by your own. If you have any problem, please comment me. Now next to the move to heading 6, we have discussed land, the first requirement of the unit of production. For any production we want land. Second, we want labor. That also we have discussed. Now the third thing, which is very important in the unit of production, it is the capital needed in farming. So capital means money. So here let's see what the heading means and what the actually what we are going to read and what we are going to understand under this para. So let's see the heading. The capital needed in farming. needed in farming, where it is be needed in farming. So as we already discussed, two types of activities are there where people engage themselves and do work. First we have farming activity and second we have non-farming activity. So of course in farming activity also capital is required. Capital means money is required. Remember in economics again and again, whenever capital word, where you will get this capital word. So capital means money. Alright, we are going to take this word meaning with the money, not the any country capital. So in farming also capital is required. Suppose you think about to do any farming. So first of all, what you want? You want a land. If you don't have your own land of your father or grandfather's land, so of course what you have to do? You have to buy a new piece of land. So for buying that piece of land, what you have to do? You have to invest money. You have to spend money. So of course you require capital. The first thing which you require, that is your capital. Now come to the other things, like after buying the piece of land, what you want? You want seeds, you want machines, you want pesticides, you want chemicals, fertilizers, you want labor also, and to appoint labor to give them wages. Of course you require capital. So in farming also a lot of capital is required. So now let's see how in Palampur, because in Palampur, of course, in Palampur the farmers categories are the three types. We have already discussed this thing. Now again we are going to discuss in village Palampur. There are three categories of the farmers. First is small farmers, second medium farmers, and third we have large farmers. So according to the person to person, of course whatever my problem, it is not your problem. What is your problem, it is not my problem. So that's why for each and every person, the work, the problems or whatever solutions are there, that is the different. The condition is the different. So here for the capital which is needed in farming, that is also how they manage this capital when they need this capital. So how they manage, so that managing process, that is also be different to different persons. For small farmers maybe another way, and for the medium farmer another way, and for the large farmers of course it is another way how they manage this capital which is needed in farming. So let's start. First of all, we are going to read about the small farmers, and then second we are going to read according to the medium and large farmers. So let's see what the lines are be given in this para. That too already before of reading I explained it, but let's see. It is very important to read each and every line of the NCERT books, because when question paper is coming, so very deep question paper is coming, very difficult question paper is coming, and questions between of the chapter they are coming. So it is very important to read each and every line and to mark. Whenever I am saying mark it, and this question will be come for 1 mark, 2 marks or 5 marks, so at least write it, so that before of the exam, whenever you are going to sit to do revision, so that time it is be very helpful to all of you. So let's see what the line is given. You have already seen that the modern farming methods require a great deal of capital, so that the farmer now needs more money than before. Because we very well know in farming, due to modern farming methods, before of that, so we very well know that traditional methods were there, and due to traditional methods, traditional seeds were be there, and traditional seeds, for traditional seeds they consume less water, so less irrigation was be there. So in this way farmers, they have to not spend their money in irrigation, and they are depend on the rain. From rain they are easily get the water for irrigation. But even that time for the fertility of the soil also, they are not going to purchase the fertilizers or the chemicals. Only a household whatever manure is be there, which is be made with the help of the cow dung, that they were used. And for the tools also, they don't require any tools, only simple tools they use, and their family members, with their family members, they were doing farming also, because they had a small piece of land. So in this way they don't require a lot of capital. But after the modern farming methods, when they were introduced, so of course for buying chemicals, fertilizer, irrigation facilities, to provide irrigation facilities which they are going to give by the electricity, like tube wells, pumps. So of course for this purpose they required money for tractors, for thresholds. So for all these things, of course, they have to spend money. So in this way, after the modern farming methods, after the green revolution, the person who is engaged in the farming, they required, if they want more production, so they required a lot of money. Investment is the important. If you are not going to do investments, of course, you will not get better income or better production. So nowadays, most of the farmers, they require capital. So let's see what kind of capital they require and how they manage. Most small farmers have to borrow. This is the condition of the small farmers. Most small farmers have to borrow money to arrange for the capital. They borrow from large farmers or the village moneylenders or the traders who supply various inputs for cultivation. The rate of interest on such loans is very high. They are put to great distress to repay the loan. So here, for the small farmers, because they have a small piece of land, so after whatever production they are getting, that is not enough for their own family members. So they don't think about to sell those crops in the market, and again, no extra production is there. No, they were not selling anywhere. So there's no extra income. So that's why they don't have any savings also. So for the next year, whenever next year is going to become and the time of sowing period is going to become, so of course these small farmers, they require capital because they don't have anything. So for this purpose, what they were actually doing, so small farmers, they borrow this money from the large farmers or the village moneylenders or the traders who supply various inputs for cultivation. So again, I'm repeating the lines, and it is very important. Remember this, that small farmers, they are borrowing the money. How they arrange for the capital? They arrange for the capital by borrowing the money from the moneylenders, from the large farmers, or from the traders. And who were the traders? Who supply various inputs for cultivation. So now these large farmers or moneylenders or traders, whenever they are giving loan to these small farmers, so that is of course not free of cost. They want something, and that is their extra income source. So how they are giving their money to small farmers? They are giving their money on the high rate of interest. Such loans are very high. And sometimes the small farmers, because when in the next year when production is not be good, so again they were unable to repay the loan, and this is very they were really very worried about of this thing. So now let's see the story which is related to small farmer story of village Palampur, that how she arranged for the money and how she is going to borrow the money from the moneylender, and after that what is going to be happen. So here the story is be given because of course again NCERT book, in NCERT book we are understanding each and everything through the story. So here also Savita is a small farmer. She plans to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare of land. So Savita, she is a small farmer in village Palampur, and she have 1 hectare of land. As we can see, it is a very small piece of land, and this year she plans to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare of land. Besides seeds, fertilizers and pesticides, she needs cash to buy water and repair her farm instruments. She estimates that the working capital itself would cost a minimum of rupees 3,000. She does not have the money, so she decides to borrow from Tejpal Singh, a large farmer. So earlier, whatever we have discussed, of course, for the farming also we required different things. We require a lot of things. To buy those things, we require capital, the money. So here also, Savita, when she planned to work to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare of land, so of course she wants seeds, she wants fertilizers and pesticides. Even for irrigation purpose, she has to buy water also, and repair her farm instruments also. So for all this, she approximately she estimates that 3,000 rupees she wants for this, because she don't have the money. So she decides to borrow this money from the Tejpal Singh, a large farmer. From where she is going to borrow this money? From the Tejpal Singh. And who is the Tejpal Singh? A large farmer of the village Palampur. So let's see Tejpal Singh, he will give loan to her or not. So Tejpal Singh agrees to give Savita. First of all, now because sometimes also to small farmers, these money lenders, they are not all large farmers or we can say medium farmers or money lenders, they are not ready to give the loan because they thought maybe they will not able to repay their loan. So it is very difficult for the small farmers to get the loan from someone. So here at least Tejpal Singh agrees to give Savita the loan at an interest rate of 24% for 4 months, which is a very high interest rate. So now Savita is going to take the loan from the Tejpal Singh, and only for 4 months she is going to take this loan, but the rate of interest that is very high, that is 24%. So we can understand it is very it is very difficult for the Savita. It is a very tough time for her to repay this loan. After that, Savita also has to promise this 24% rate of interest. Of course, Savita has to do something other also things. Savita also has to promise to work on his field, whose field? Tejpal Singh's field, as a farm laborer, as a farm worker during the harvest season. This season, I told you that there were two type of seasons when they required labor in their fields, the medium farmers and the money lenders. That is harvesting time and the sowing season. So here Savita has to promise to work on his field as a farm worker during the harvest season at rupees 35 per day. And we also can see that at the harvesting time, she has her own land also. So in her own land when harvesting, because harvesting time is going to be equal for everyone. So when she is having a lot of work in her own field, that time also she has to work in the field of the Tejpal Singh. So it shows us that again it is going to be very difficult for Savita. So she will get, as a farm worker, the 60 rupee is be fixed, is going to be set by the government, but she is going to get only rupees 35 per day, which is be nothing. As you can tell, this wage is quite low. See, it is mentioned that this wage is very low. Savita knows that she will have to work very hard to complete harvesting on her own field, and then worked as a farm laborer for Tejpal Singh. So here Savita knows this fact that actually, of course, she has to work very hard to complete harvesting on her own field, as well as to work as a farm worker on the fields of the Tejpal Singh. But she don't have any option where she will be go. So she don't have any choice. So firstly, what she is going to be do? She is going to be agree. The harvest time is a very busy time. Now third problem also is there with the Savita. As a mother of the 3 children, she has a lot of household responsibilities. Savita agrees to these tough conditions as she knows getting a loan is difficult for a small farmer, because she very well knows she don't have any option. She very well know that loan in village Palampur, it is not very easy to get, because the medium farmers and the large farmers and the money lenders, they are not giving loans to such kind of small farmers. So that's why at least she's ready, because she really wants a loan. Now let's see the second case, which is related to the medium and the large farmers. In contrast to the small farmers, how the medium and large farmers, they arrange the money, how they are going to manage the money, the capital for their farming. So of course the medium and the large farmers, because they have a large piece of land, so of course I think their condition is better than the small farmers. So let's see what the lines are they given. In contrast to the small farmers, the medium and large farmers have their own savings from farming. So if we are going to compare the medium and the large farmers with the small farmers, so of course they have their own savings from farming. So let's see how these savings they are getting. We very well know, first of all, medium and the large farmers, they have large piece of land, and in the large piece of land, production is more, and after saving the things for their own family consumption, what this medium and the large farmers they are doing with the crops or with the production, they are going to sell in the market. So after selling in the market, they are going to earn income. So that income, extra income, what they are going to do, that income they are going to keep in the banks as their savings. And the third option also we have, next option we have for the medium, the large farmers, what they are doing, they are giving loans. They are giving loans to the small farmers at a very high rate of interest. So that is also a kind of income source for them. So whenever they are getting this kind of extra income, so what they are doing, they are going to keep in the bank as their savings, and whenever in the next year, whenever they are going to grow the crops, so they require capital. So simply what they are going to do, they are not going to ask from anyone, they are going to take their savings, they are going to spend their savings. So and they are going to use this saving in this year, and next year again they will get more profit, more production, more profit and more savings, and then again they are going to keep this savings for the next year. So in this way, the medium and the large farmers, they are not going to ask, they are not going to worried about the capital. They have a lot of capital, they have sufficient capital, and by their own savings, they are getting this capital. They are thus able to arrange for the capital needed. So in this way, the medium, the large farmers, with their savings, they are going to arrange for the capital which is needed in farming. How do these farmers have their own savings? You shall find the answer in the next section. In the next part, we are going to discuss this line to line, but already I had explained here. So remember, this is the very important topic of this chapter, and question is going to become like this. So of course you have to, it is very easy to remember that small farmers, they take loan from the money lenders at a very high rate of interest. In this way they are going to arrange their capital which is needed in farming, and the medium and the large farmers, they have their own savings. So in this way, whatever capital is needed in farming, they are going to arrange. Now let's start next is at least we are going to complete this page. So of course it is mentioned, the conclusion is be given, and after that some activities be given that you have to do by your own. But again the line is be given for the production. There are three factors required, that is land, labor and capital. So we have completed land, labor we have done already. Now capital also right now we have discussed. So at least now students it is over till this page number 9. But the important thing what you all have to do, you have to be revised again and again. So don't leave like this, make your own 1 mark questions and just mark, underline all the important lines and revise it again so that it is going to be clear in your mind. Now thank you everyone, and wait for my next video.